Hi, good morning, happy Sunday. Never mind the hair, I didn't wash it. I'm not caring much right now. Um, the other day, a very callous statement was put up about homeless people. And I tried to correct the person who said it. And it fell on deaf ears. Let me explain something to everyone watching this video. There was a time when I was homeless. It wasn't for lack of paying rent. There are other ways of losing your apartment. Ask anyone who's been down here who has lost their place of where they live from Hurricane Ida recently, or fires or floods. I was very lucky. I had a very good job, and it only took me a few weeks to save enough money to secure another apartment. I was raising children in New York City by myself. Oh, my dentures. They're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. And I was able to put my children someplace safe. But I couldn't go with them because I had to work. I had to work to secure another apartment. So for about 3 weeks, I had no place to live. I went to hotels about 3 times a week just so I could shower, feel like a human being. I was lucky I could do that. But I couldn't afford to rent a hotel every night, or I wouldn't have been able to save the money to secure the apartment. And my children were first. I needed to get them a stable place to live. So when someone puts up a sign that says no homeless people allowed, and then people start talking about how homeless people really don't have it that bad. They really don't have to ever, consider stealing. Imagine being that desperate. I never did it because I had a job. I was able to go and sit down in the pizzeria because I had clean clothes, because I had someplace to shower. I had someplace to change my clothes. I had a job. I had money. Imagine seeing a sign. Imagine being that desperate that you feel like you have to steal and not being welcome in a store just because you're poor and homeless. Well, I took that very personally because I knew how. When I read that, my heart just shattered. I was one of the lucky ones because I was able to keep my job. Do you know how much apartments in New York are? I had to save $4,000. I had no savings. I was raising children in the city. There's no way to save money when you're raising children in New York. But I had enough to get by every week, and I did. Until that. So I put my children someplace safe, and I went. And it took me 3 weeks, but I did it. It took me 4 weeks to move in. But it was only 4 weeks. I saved $4,000, $2,000 rent, and a month's security. And my problems were over. Many of the same people who were homeless at the same time are still homeless, and it's been about 15 years. Think about that. Meanwhile, I cried when I blocked him. I cried, and he knows who he is. I cried when I blocked him, but I couldn't deal with that much insensitivity and that much hate of people that he's never met, that much judgment of people that he's never met. Judgment of me. So, and then I find out that, he's just saying things that he shouldn't be saying. He says I blocked him for one word. No. Does he really believe that I blocked him for one word? I don't think so. I cried when I blocked him because I loved him. I still do. I just can't deal. The life I've led, the things I've done, I have compassion for everybody. I have to. Meanwhile, the crap continues. It just continues. I mean, the ridiculous juvenile polls, and everybody's having fun at my expense. I kind of feel sorry for them in a huge way. Because how horrible is that for adults to do? Adults, not children. You expect that from children. But I did look. See, it's Twitter. I mean, you could always make another account and look and see what other people are saying after they block you. I mean, for crying out loud. I'm not, I'm not that kind of low IQ person who can't figure that out. And I have a right to know. I have a right to know what's being said about me. You want to call me a stalker? Call me a stalker. I cried again this morning because I blocked Maddie this morning because she was taking part in it, and I didn't want to. Those are the only two I cried about. I cried about Ed and I cried about Maddie. And everyone's like, I'm blocked and I don't even know her. I know you. You don't have to be following me and know who I am for me to be exposed to your tweets and for me to read some of the stuff you've put up. I can't deal with hatred. I can't deal with judgment. I can't deal with that stuff. And I know, but there's righteous judgment. Yeah, I know. Okay? But you can see where it's coming from. And I can't deal with it. And I don't go on Twitter to be stressed out. I have enough problems in my life. I've had a really, really hard life. But as I tweeted out before, I would rather have a hard life than a hardened heart. And I see hardened hearts. I see hardened hearts every day on Twitter. Anyway, I still love you all. Oh, someone's air conditioning kicked in. It's freezing out here. Why they have their air conditioning on, I don't know. But yeah, so if you're blocked, there's a reason for it. And I don't have to justify myself to anybody. I go on Twitter because I feel comfortable there. It's a place of peace for me. And the reason it's a place of peace for me is because I block a lot of people. And if anybody doesn't like me, I have no problem with you blocking me. I've never been one to be worried about how popular I am. If the amount of Twitter followers I had was important to me, I wouldn't be blocking so many people. But there's over 1,100 people that I haven't blocked. And do you want to know why? Because they've never said anything that I find highly offensive. Okay? So, it is what it is. If anybody doesn't like me, if anybody doesn't want anything to do with me, that's fine, block me. I promise I won't cry. I cried today for Maddie, and I cried the other day because I blocked Ed. They're two of my oldest Twitter friends, and it hurt. You need to be very aware that people see things that you put up. They could be a homeless person. People have free phones on the street. They're given to them by the government. People read your tweets. I mean, are you aware of that? Are you aware that you represent Catholicism on Twitter? Stop. Anyway, I'm gonna go. Again, I love you all. And I thank the vast majority of you for not getting involved with this. And you will not see another tweet from me after this. I get jabbed. I got jabbed this morning when I saw some tweets. It hurts, and I react. Everybody who knows me knows that I react to things very quickly. But you're not going to see any more tweets about this situation again. I'm glad that I know the truth now. And I'm glad that I'm strong enough to not care so much. I'm glad that I'm strong enough to make this video and not just sit in a corner and cry, because trust me, I can pretty much guarantee you that there are some homeless people that read that tweet that are crying and aren't strong enough to make this video. So, enjoy your day. I love you. Happy Sunday.